I didn't feel as happy and fulfilled as I thought that I'm going to feel. You know when you have a dream so big and so exciting that you say to yourself, if only I had that dream come true, I would be so happy and so fulfilled every single day of my life. There's nothing else that I would want. Well, I did it. I made it happen multiple times actually. I made some of my biggest dreams come true, and there is so much that I learned from it, and I wanted to share some of those biggest lessons with you. So let's get into the video. Also, please take a look at this mug and remember that some things are out of your control, so you might as well not worry about them. But all right, hello friends, my name is Gabby and welcome to my channel if you are new here. And I felt so motivated to make this video because I was laying in bed the other night and I was thinking to myself, oh my God, there are so many of my big dreams and goals that I had that I actually made come true, and I actually fulfilled those biggest desires that I had. And I think sometimes it's very easy to forget that and take it for granted because it becomes part of our day-to-day life. And it's very easy to forget that 3 or 4 years ago, you wanted something so much that you have now that right now you don't even appreciate it. So there are a couple of things that I wanted to share with you that I learned from achieving some of my big goals. And having said this, I also wanted to talk about the idea of happiness and fulfillment as a whole. So first things first, I want to start off by saying that for years I wanted to live in New York City. Since I was little, I told my mom I want to move to New York, I want to live in New York. And then when I turned 16, I started auditioning for schools, for acting schools in New York City. I got into a couple of them, I moved to New York, blah blah blah. Now, the big goal that I had about New York City was that I wanted to have my own apartment. I wanted to have my own apartment in New York City. I was so excited about the idea of living like the Carrie Bradshaw life, having my own apartment, you know, having my own business, doing my own thing, going out on dates, going to the school events and parties, just living the New York City dream. So that took about 3 years to make it happen, but I actually did it. So I made a video about it already where I said that I started my own personal training business. So I started off by actually working at a restaurant for about 4 or 5 months. I really didn't enjoy it, and then I started learning, I started studying how to become a personal trainer. I got my certification, and then one big goal that I had was to have a successful personal training business. In the beginning stages, when I was thinking, oh my God, how cool would it be if I was a personal trainer and I worked for myself and I had all these clients and I didn't have a boss to report to and I would be making all this money. Oh my gosh, how fun would it be? It seemed so impossible. Like, I remember telling to my mom, I cannot even imagine how I will get there. I cannot even imagine how I will get to the point where I had so many clients and I only worked 2 or 3 hours a day, never worked on weekends, and I felt really good, because that was such a distant goal. And I wrote it all down on a piece of paper because I am all about writing your goals down on a piece of paper and visualizing and all that good stuff. And it took me about a year, but a year after writing it all down on a piece of paper and actively working on, you know, making my business happen, I actually got to that place. Like, I had a lot of clients, I never worked weekends, I only worked 2 or 3 hours every single day, and it was super fun. And I remember finding that piece of paper and thinking to myself, oh my God, I made it happen. Like, I am at a place where I wanted to be so much for like a year and a half. And now, right now, it's like my day-to-day life. But the next big thing that I wanted, as I said, was to have my own apartment in New York. I wanted to have the incredible Carrie Bradshaw New York City experience. Fast forward to about 3 years later, I got it. My business was doing well. I had a beautiful apartment in which I was living in New York City. I only worked 2 to 3 hours a day, never on weekends. I had wonderful friends. I went to all these exciting events. I met all these exciting people. And I didn't feel as happy and fulfilled as I thought that I'm going to feel. I did it, I made it happen, and I remember so clearly, maybe 3 months into living by myself in that apartment, I remember sitting on the couch in the evening and being like, man, this is this is not what I thought it's going to feel like. I thought that I'm going to feel so happy and excited and like, oh my gosh, this is the dream. But I achieved the dream and I wasn't happy. I was actually kind of sad. I really hyped it up to be this dream lifestyle and this dream life. But then I got there and I was like, damn it, this is not making me fulfilled at all. And this is one of the biggest things that I want to scream it from the mountaintops. And I want to tell it to everybody. And I feel like a lot of the people that who tell me that they've achieved certain things as well, they also tell me the same thing. They say, hey, I achieved that professional goal. I got that title. I'm making that amount of money that I wanted to make. I got that apartment. You know, I am traveling. I'm working for myself. But this is not what I thought it's going to be like. I thought this is going to make me feel fulfilled. And I thought this is what where happiness was. But it's not. So a really huge takeaway about setting goals and achieving goals is that your happiness is not there. Your happiness is not in that goal. It's not in achieving that thing. Your happiness is not in the money. It's not in the title. It's not in buying a specific item. Like, oh, when I buy that car, when I buy that computer, when I, buy that house, I'm going to be happy. No, really, when it comes to goals, when it comes to achieving things, it's in the pursuit of making it happen where we get the most joy, because we see ourselves evolve, we see ourselves grow. It's so bizarre, and people say it all the time that it's about the journey and not the destination, but holy shit, until you actually do it, you realize that it truly is not about the destination, it's about the journey, because it's so exciting. Maybe not in the moment, but it's so exciting to see yourself get closer and closer and closer to what it is that you want. And then when you get there, it's almost like this sense of relief of, oh man, I made it happen. I did it, right? But then you get there and then you think, okay, this is it? This is it. All right, so what's next? I need to set another goal. And please, please, please remember, as I said, that happiness is not in that specific thing, in that specific goal. It's really about stretching ourselves and learning new skills and growing as a person and facing challenges and then overcoming them. That is so exciting, and it's really what makes us happy and fulfilled and proud. And also sharing that journey with other people, because it's a very slippery slope if you say, if I make 100,000 a year, I'm gonna be happy, right? And then you get to that point and then you realize, hey, okay, I'm not happy still. This is not what it feels like. It's very easy to, for your mind to say, okay, maybe it wasn't 100,000 that I needed a year. Maybe it's 150,000. All right, let's set a new goal. Now I want to I want to make $150,000 a year, and then I'm going to be happy. And then you get to 150, you're still not happy. And then you say, okay, it's 200. Okay, it's $500,000, it's $1 million. And you keep chasing that carrot, right? And then you never get a hold of it because you just keep pushing away your happiness. So really, when it comes to a sense of happiness and fulfillment, and I'm really so grateful to also realize this so early, and I have so many conversations with my mom about this as well, is that I fully understand that my joy and my excitement and my happiness is not in the things, it's not in the titles, it's not in the money. In my life, I want to do things that I really enjoy doing. I want to do the type of work that is stimulating for me intellectually and creatively, and I get to work with wonderful people. And really, it's about me learning new skills and me getting better and better and better at what it is that I do. So to be fair, when I had this realization, when I had my successful business, I was living in this beautiful apartment in New York City, I was going through all these exciting events. I even remember coming back from one of those events where there were so many respected, successful people there. I remember coming back home and thinking, man, I just feel so lonely and I just feel so not happy, because this is what's supposed to make me happy. This is what I see in the movies that makes people happy. Going to events, going to these different premieres, right? Having your own beautiful place, having a successful business, having, being surrounded by all these exciting people. But then on the inside, you're like, yeah, this isn't it. And there were multiple times where I was sitting on my bed or on my couch and crying, being like, what is wrong with me? this is what I wanted for so long. I wanted New York City. I wanted my business. I wanted this apartment. I wanted this life. But now here I am. And I feel sad. I don't feel happy at all. And I am so proud of myself for achieving it, because holy shit, it was such a steep learning curve. And I also did it so young. I started my business when I was 19, and then I was living in that apartment by myself when I was 21. It's so beautiful. I'm so proud of myself. It's so exciting. Like, I made it happen. It's wonderful. But I realized really, really strongly that happiness isn't there. When I was living in Europe, I told myself, when I move to New York, I'm gonna be so happy. And then I moved to New York. And then I told myself, oh, okay, I'm living with all these roommates and I'm working at a restaurant. If only I had my own business, and only if I had my own apartment and I was living this Carrie Bradshaw dream, then I would be happy. And then I got there and I wasn't happy. Sure, I was happy still on 11, like, don't get me wrong. I felt such great pride and joy in having achieved these things. But when it comes to a deep sense of fulfillment, this wasn't it, because I thought I'm going to find it in all these things and all these achievements. I just wanted to share that experience with you. Perhaps it resonates with you, and I really, really don't want you to chase the wrong things. I really don't want you to chase the carrot of happiness and fulfillment, and only to get there and to realize that it's not there. So please, by all means, set crazy exciting goals. Set goals of your professional goals, and where you want to be in your career, how much you want to make, what kind of material items you want to have. Maybe you want to live in an apartment in New York. Maybe you want to buy this beautiful country home, or something like that, or a specific car or a device or anything. Maybe you want to be in a certain country. Maybe you want to be part of certain events, or you want to, be a speaker. It doesn't matter. Set ambitious and exciting goals, but understand that your true happiness comes in the journey of it, right? Your happiness is not going to be there. Because really, I feel like there are many people that unfortunately use up so much of their time thinking that XYZ is gonna make them happy, only to get there and realize that the happiness isn't there. It's never there. The happiness is never at the destination. So yeah, such great lessons to learn, and I'm so grateful that I learned it, because now I just appreciate everything so much more. I love my home, I love my job, but I also understand that everything's temporary. Like, I'm not gonna be living in this apartment forever, so it's almost like this moment of gratitude that I have every single day for everything that I have right now, because everything's still always in constant change. So thank you so much, friends, for watching this video and listening. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I hope this resonated with you. Maybe I can't even talk. May we all just find that deep sense of fulfillment and peace and happiness within ourselves, and then from that place go out into the world and achieve whatever it is that we want to achieve. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe and give it a thumbs up, because the algorithm and stuff always helps the algorithm like this. So thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Bye.